Seaports of Kazakhstan are strictly controlled in Aktau to prevent the coronavirus outbreak. Tour packages of the Kazakh capital are featured in the exclusive news material. Find out about the new cultural capital of the Turkic world in 2020. Kelin film about the story of the Kazakh daughter-in-law won the hearts of spectators in France. The death toll from coronavirus has exceeded 3,000 globally. The majority of victims were registered in China. However, COVID-19 continues to spread outside the country. Iran is ranked first in terms of the death toll from the infection. Over 50 people died in Italy, which is considered the largest epicenter of the virus outbreak in Europe. This morning, coronavirus has claimed 4 lives in the United States, the Washington Post reported. Thus, 6 people died while a little over 100 were infected in the US. COVID-19 has spread to more than 60 states. Two hotlines for issues related to coronavirus have been launched in Kazakhstan by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Healthcare. Operators are available around the clock. Thus, Kazakh citizens can access all the information on COVID-19 in the world, as well as ask about preventive measures and main symptoms of the disease. The staff of Aktau seaport is being taught the protective measures to stay safe from coronavirus. Doctors of sanitary and quarantine service showed them the right way of wearing a mask and how to put on and off a protective suit. The separate decree of the Maritime Administration of the Aktau seaport limits coming ashore for the crews of Iranian ships.
Для этого у нас предназначен для этого 8-й причал как карантинный.
For this purpose, we've got the 8th docking facility as quarantine. The ship was docked there. It was isolated. The sanitary and quarantine services entered this ship wearing the special protective suits. They measured the patient's body temperature and checked all the symptoms. The crew member was diagnosed with appendicitis and underwent the surgery. He's feeling well now. The fears were not confirmed. However, it doesn't mean that we can relax now. Everyone at work wears masks and gloves, following their recommendations.
Расслабиться нет, конечно. Все работают в масках, перчатках, то есть согласно рекомендациям.
The sanitary and quarantine control has also been reinforced at the Aktau International Airport. All the passengers arriving from overseas are scanned by thermal imaging. In case the device shows that the person's body temperature is above 37 degrees, a passenger will be immediately sent to the sanitary unit. President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Zhomart Tokayev, met with the President of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Kassym Chakrabarti. The parties have held discussions on prospects of cooperation between Kazakhstan and the financial institution, as well as implementation of joint investment projects. In addition, they also opined about development of the world economy amid the negative impact of the coronavirus epidemic. Kassym Chakrabarti highly appreciated the political and economic reforms held in Kazakhstan.
Well, I would like to welcome you back to our capital. As I understand, last visit took place last July.
Yeah.
So since then, there have been so many changes in the world economy, in the world politics. Everybody now speaks about this virus, and I would like to listen to your assessments with regard to the impact of the coronavirus on the world economy, to the economy of our region.
I think your experience, your expertise, your international knowledge has stood this country in great stead, and I think it's really good to watch as well. And also the way you are beginning to open up some of the discussions, but the listening, government, all of that, we like very much. And we're very supportive of where you're trying to take this country. I think for EBRD, for Kazakhstan, what is happening with this virus is a serious problem really for everyone. because of the impact, not just on health, but on the world economy.
Bilateral relations between Kazakhstan and Indonesia will have a further impetus. The Indonesian-Kazakh Parliamentary Friendship Group began its work in Jakarta. It consists of members of 6 political parties. They are part of committees of the Indonesia's House of Representatives on Trade and Investment. The groups on cooperation with the Parliament of Indonesia have also been established in Majlis and Senate. The 5th meeting of speakers of the Eurasian countries' parliaments is planned to be held this fall.
I think through this parliamentary friendship group, Indonesia and Kazakhstan can strengthen our bilateral relation, especially from the parliament side. And also, we would like to invite the member of parliaments from Kazakhstan, the speaker also, to the meeting of speakers of Eurasian parliaments in November 2020. I was in Kazakhstan last September, and it was a very successful meeting, conference held by Kazakhstan. I think it is very difficult for us to compete with your hospitality.
The first results of elections to the lower house of parliament were summed up in Tajikistan. The voter turnout exceeded 75% and amounted to 4 million people, the Central Election Commission informed. The People's Democratic Party won majority of the vote, showing nearly 50.5%. Thus, according to party lists, 12 of its representatives joined the parliament. 4 from the Agrarian and other 4 from the Party of Economic Reforms of Tajikistan, and 1 from the country's social and democratic parties. International observers also summed up the results. There were a total of 235 representatives from the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the Commonwealth of Independent States.
Отсутствие грязного пиара, войны компроматов.
There was no black PR and no compromising wars that are typical at elections in some countries. It happens when candidates for elective posts begin to throw mud at their rivals. Instead of putting forward their own programs and convincing voters of the rightness of their program, their position and ideas, they usually do not propose anything real.
Грязью конкурентов, а сами ничего конкретного не предлагают.
No later than after 2 weeks, elections to the upper house of parliament will be held on March 27th, while the presidential elections will take place in autumn. The city of Khiva, which is a pearl of Uzbekistan, will be included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. It has been called as the cultural capital of the Turkic world in 2020 at the meeting of the Turksoy Permanent Council held in Osh, Kyrgyzstan. Khiva was established nearly 3,000 years ago. It used to be the center of Khwarezm state and thus became famous.
У нас есть медресе Ширгазы хан,
We have Shirgazi Khan Madrasa, which was built in 1720. Biget Ata and Konur Sofa studied at this madrasa. The latter was one of the most respected people among Kazakhs.
казахского народа, из которых из самых уважаемых людей.
The city is known for legends and rich historical and architectural heritage. Khiva is split into 2 parts. Ichan Kala is an inner town, while Dishan Kala is an outer town. The inner town impresses with its beautiful architectural objects.
Ичангале у нас в городе.
Ichan Kala covers an area of 26 hectares. 7 hectares are occupied by ancient monuments, while the rest is designed for local residents who live inside Ichan Kala. There are 270 houses and almost 3,000 people who still live inside the city. The ancient city should be preserved in its original form. More than 1.5 million tourists visit Uzbekistan every year. One of the popular tourist destinations is the cradle of ancient Turkic culture, Khiva. Experts said that tourists are attracted to the atmosphere of an oriental tale, which is interwoven with a true ancient history. Almost 1 million tourists visited Nur-Sultan last year. 1/3 of them were foreign travelers. Comparing to 2018, the number has increased by 14%. The greatest demand for tours to Nur-Sultan is observed among residents of border towns in China, Russia, and the Commonwealth of Independent States. The Kazakh capital has created all the conditions for convenience of foreign guests, including the pedestrian orientation systems, sightseeing tour buses, and information centers.
Для приезжающих туристов у нас реализуется проект City Pass. City Pass это является...
We have implemented the City Pass project for visiting tourists. The City Pass is a tourist card which gives privileges for entering facilities. The card holders can use it for the entrance to nearly 128 city facilities. The card can also be used to get on the double-decker red bus. In addition, we have got the walking tours on Easy Travel application. It is an application that works offline. Easy Travel is an audio guide for tourists, which is available in nearly 30 languages.
И охватывает около 30 языков.
In total, this year, 3 main tourism areas, specifically business, urban, recreational, and medical, will be actively developed in Nur-Sultan.
7 организаций у нас в Казахстане прошли аккредитацию JCI, мировой организации.
7 organizations in Kazakhstan have obtained the GCA accreditation. 6 of them are located in Nur-Sultan. The main advantage of our medical tourism is affordable prices for tourists, as well as customer service, which is not worse than at the hospitals abroad. In addition, we also have latest technologies.
Больниц. Также у нас последние развитые все технологии.
Experts said that the tourist potential of the Kazakh capital hasn't been fully revealed yet. However, conditions are being created. Hotels in Nur-Sultan can accommodate up to 2 or 3 million tourists per year. There are more than 8 dozens of hostels in the city. The quality of service complies with European standards. Travelers have plenty of options to choose. The city is becoming more attractive year by year. It is full of interesting events. Not only the business events are held, but sports and cultural events are organized as well. Tourists can go to large shopping centers, various cultural centers, and theaters. Experts say that development of these areas will allow forming the image of Nur-Sultan as a tourist destination, first at the regional level and then at the global scale. The 175th anniversary of Abay has been marked in Uzbekistan. The rich legacy that was left by the philosopher has been discussed in Turkic in Tashkent region. Representatives of the Kazakh embassy to Uzbekistan took part in the scientific practical conference. Such events will be held in Sirdarya, Khorezm, Navoiy regions and in Karakalpakstan. The competition for the best essay about Abay Khunanbaylı will be held among Uzbek youth this year.
Abay атамыз өзі бұлай айтқанда бүкіл қазақтың атасы.
Abay is a philosopher of the entire Kazakh people. He's my ancestor from my mother's line. Therefore, I'm inspired that large-scale cultural events are being held in Uzbekistan as well.
Осының барлығын осы жерге жинап осы құрметті қонақтарды өткізіп жатқаныма өте қуаныштымын.
Kelin by Kazakh filmmaker Yermek Tursunov was showcased in Paris. A film screening of the drama film was organized by the Association of the Kazakh Cinema in France with support of the Embassy of Kazakhstan in France. As part of this event, the fashion show of Kazakh designer Guzaliya Aslamova took place in Paris. The French audience was impressed. The special guest of the event was a French actress Marina Vladi. The viewers loved the film so much that organizers are thinking about the full-scale movie release in French cinemas.
Казахское кино нужно показывать для того, чтобы вы узнали.
Kazakh cinema needs to be promoted to increase the number of viewers. The wide distribution is required. We try to do some promotion activities at our level. We organize cultural and informative events which help to attract the French-speaking public. Today we have gathered mainly the French audience.
Французы у нас участвовали.
Il faut avoir du courage pour faire un film comme ça, un film de...
It takes courage to make such a film. The movie is truthful and absolutely silent, without a single word, which describes life in an exceptional manner. The film evokes emotions and makes you understand beautiful and sophisticated things. The way it was done is very beautiful. I was amazed. I experienced incredible emotions.